You probably feel like a health genius every time you add nuts to your diet, right? After all, everyone says they're good for you, packed with energy, great for your heart. But let me tell you something nobody ever told you. Some of these nuts might actually be silently sabotaging your health. And the worst part? Right there, in the middle of your healthy routine. The truth is, nobody really explains that there's a very fine line between a nut that heals and a nut that harms. And if you think you can just grab any almond, walnut, or pistachio and eat without a second thought, I hate to break it to you. But you might be loading your body with toxins, inflammation, and even cancer-causing compounds without realizing it. But don't worry. Stick with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly which nuts are your real allies, which ones are hidden traps, and most importantly, how to use each of them the right way to truly boost your health without falling into these little-known dangers. You know those tiny foods that most people totally underestimate? Yep, that's exactly what nuts are like. What few people realize is that these little natural gems hide a real arsenal of benefits for your health. No wonder almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and their friends show up in the daily routine of Americans who truly care about their health. Anyone who knows a thing or two about wellness understands. Adding nuts to your routine is like giving your body a silent upgrade, working behind the scenes to protect you and boost your energy. Take almonds, for example. They're like natural bodyguards for your heart. They help control bad cholesterol and balance blood glucose levels. Want to know a simple and powerful habit? Grab a handful of raw almonds with the skin on, every day. Perfect for breakfast or an afternoon snack. And walnuts? They're the brain's best friend. They have those special healthy fats that help you think sharper, remember more, and even protect your mind from early aging. Here's a pro tip. Soak your walnuts for 8 hours before eating. It activates nutrients your body absolutely loves. But hold on, there's more. Pistachios deserve a spotlight, not just because they taste amazing, but because there's real strategy behind them. Eating pistachios in the shell makes you slow down and respect your fullness, a trick even used in weight control diets. And speaking of nutritional richness, if you want to supercharge your immune system, you need to meet Brazil nuts, packed with selenium. 1 or 2 per day is enough to shield your health. But easy there. Too much selenium can turn into a problem real quick. And if you thought nuts were all about those guys, think again. Hazelnuts bring essential vitamins. Chestnuts help with weight control and offer vitamin C, while pecans are loaded with antioxidants and powerful minerals. In other words, we're talking about a real natural army ready to help you live longer and better. And look, if you're already finding this content valuable, just wait until you see what's coming next. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and drop a comment below telling me which nut you love the most. Because now, we're about to step into a tricky territory. The nuts that can actually harm your health if you don't use them right. Here's the thing. When people hear about nuts, they automatically think natural means eat as much as you want. And honestly, that's one of the biggest mistakes I see everywhere. Not every nut is a free pass to health. Some of them carry hidden risks, those little details nobody tells you on the label but that can directly impact your health. And guess what? These are super popular nuts, found in almost every American household. All because they taste incredible, but quietly bring trouble. Let's start with macadamias. Sure, they're absolutely delicious and packed with good fats. But don't be fooled. They're insanely high in calories. A simple handful can easily go over 200 calories. And let's be real, too many calories, day after day, will catch up with you, turning into fat gain, messed up cholesterol, and all sorts of weight control issues. Want to enjoy them? No problem. Just be smart about it. 4 to 5 nuts per day is more than enough to get the benefits without overdoing it. Now, we absolutely have to talk about peanuts. Probably the most controversial nut of them all. First, because peanuts are one of the leading causes of severe allergies worldwide. Second, because they can contain aflatoxins, those nasty toxins that can seriously harm your liver. And to make things even trickier, peanuts are loaded with omega-6. Here's your warning, too much omega-6 can trigger inflammation in the body, exactly what we're trying to avoid. So what's the smart move? Go for unsalted peanuts, in small portions, about 25 grams, twice a week. And to wrap up this group of sneaky dangers, let's talk about pine nuts. They might seem harmless, but here's a bizarre side effect that few people know about. They can cause dysgeusia. Ever heard of it? It's that weird metallic or bitter taste in your mouth. And the worst part? It can last for days. Oh, and as if that wasn't enough, pine nuts are crazy expensive in the US. So, the best advice? Keep it simple. A small handful, once or twice a week, is all you really need. And speaking of dangerous nuts, wait until you discover the ones that you should never, under any circumstances, be eating. If up until now you thought all nuts were healthy, it's time to wake up. There's a very small, but extremely dangerous, group of nuts that should honestly come with a big red warning label: extreme danger. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Some of these can cause anything from mild poisoning to life-threatening situations. It's one of those classic cases of looks harmless, but can turn into a nightmare. And believe me, plenty of people in the US have already gotten themselves into serious trouble simply for not knowing this information. First on the villain list, horse chestnuts, and this is where many people make a huge mistake by confusing them with edible chestnuts. That mistake can come at a very high price. Horse chestnuts contain a compound called esculin, which can cause vomiting, diarrhea, paralysis, and in severe cases, even death. The golden rule here is simple. When in doubt, never eat nuts of unknown origin, especially if they don't come from trusted sellers. In the US, there have even been public health warnings about this exact confusion. And then we arrive at one of the most silent dangers of all: bitter almonds. These deserve absolute caution. Unlike regular almonds, these contain amygdalin, a compound that turns into cyanide inside your body. Yes, cyanide, the same deadly poison you see in spy movies. Eating just a few of these can be highly toxic. They're usually not found in regular grocery stores, but they can pop up at farmers markets, local fairs, or online shops. Never, ever eat almonds unless you're completely sure where they came from. These nuts are like hidden traps in nature. And that's exactly why knowing, choosing wisely, and respecting limits makes all the difference. Knowing what to put on your plate is an act of intelligence and self-protection. Because think about it. If even nuts, which most people consider the world's most natural foods, hide some pretty serious villains, can you imagine what might be lurking in other everyday foods? Speaking of that, there's a video right here on this channel that you absolutely need to watch. Scientists reveal the drinks that activate your stem cells and extend your life. Because if there's anything as powerful as eating smart, it's knowing exactly what to drink to activate your body's full potential. Now that you know all this, let me ask you something. How long have you been eating nuts thinking you were doing the best for your health, without even realizing some of them could actually harm you? Yeah, from today on, eating nuts will never feel the same again. Because when you know better, you choose better. And when you choose better, you live better. But here's the thing. Knowing what to eat is just the beginning. Have you ever thought about the fact that there are drinks capable of activating your stem cells and literally renewing your body from the inside out? Sounds like science fiction, right? But trust me, it's real. And guess what? There's a video right here on this channel all about that. Scientists reveal the drinks that activate your stem cells and extend your life. If I were you, I'd go watch it right after this one. Now tell me in the comments, which of these nuts do you eat the most? And which one surprised you the most? Were you making any mistakes without even realizing it? I'd love to know your answer. And of course, if this video helped you in any way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Because this is just the beginning of a journey that will transform your health for real.